Hi, welcome to No Code Machine Learning app. In this video, we are going to look at text classifier algorithm for use with data in a text file. So let's begin. Let's go over the interface. The text classifier algorithm, file-based classification, requires the data to be in either in a .csv or .json file, and you can use it to train the text classifier algorithm. This algorithm can be used for analyzing sentiment or emotion or customer reviews or any text that you would like to analyze using supervised machine learning algorithm. So let's begin. In step 1, you are to select the training data file either in .csv or .json format. So we click on this step 1, and we are going to use the UCI text classification data available for training and research, and we are extremely grateful to the authors for making this data available to us. So we are going to use the training text data folder, and we have the sentiment training text dataset in .csv format. We are going to open that here. Now we have the option to split the training data file into 80% data for training and 20% data for evaluation. So we can click on this to select that option, or we can clear this option and also select a completely different evaluation data file, again in .csv or .json format, and this file is completely or can be completely different from the training text data.csv. So both options are available to you. So we are going to use the automatic split of the training data file here. Once you have done that, we are going to have a bit of a note on the structure of the input training and evaluation data file. The data file must be in text, label format. So there will be only two columns in the training and evaluation data file, one called text, one called label, and each sentence should be separated from the classification. For example, first sentence separated from the classification negative with a comma, and second sentence using a comma we separate from its classification positive. And there can be no other comma in the entire training or evaluation data file. So we move to the next step, step 3, where we are going to train and evaluate the text classifier algorithm. Here we must select one of the two available text classifier algorithm type, max entropy or CRF. You can choose max entropy or CRF, and you can use either one of these to train your machine learning text classifier. In our example, we are going to choose max entropy. Then in step 3, we press this button, train and evaluate text classifier algorithm. The training of the algorithm is complete, and you can see the different text classifier training metrics. We have here the training metrics confusion table, training metrics summary information, and then training metrics precision recall table. On the right hand side, we have text classifier validation and evaluation metrics. Here we have the text classifier validation metrics confusion table. We have the validation metrics summary, and down below we have the validation metrics precision recall table. Here we have the text classifier evaluation metrics confusion table, evaluation metrics summary, and we have evaluation metrics precision recall table. So all of these different metrics for evaluating the text classifier is available for your review. One other option we have as part of the no-code machine learning algorithm is that you can save all of these performance metrics in a .csv file. It is completely optional, but it is meant to give you an option to try different types of data, types of file to run and get the best performing text classifier. And you can save the training metrics for each of the run or session in a .csv file. So let's do that. In step 4, we are going to select the folder called Save Performance Metrics, and we are going to save the performance metrics in a .csv file. So let's take a look at what we just saved. Let's go to that folder, UCI text classification, and we saved the performance metrics. Let's open the performance metrics. We are going to use the numbers app. It's a .csv file, so you can either use numbers or Excel spreadsheet or any other program that can read .csv file. So we have the performance metrics table. We have the training confusion metrics table here, training precision recall metrics table here, validation confusion metrics table here, validation precision recall metrics table here, evaluation confusion metrics table here, and evaluation precision recall metrics table here. So you can go across multiple runs and compare the performance metrics across different runs to see which one gives you the best text classifier for your data. So let's move on to the next step, where if we are satisfied with the performance of our text classifier, we want to be able to classify text that has not been classified before. To do that, we go to step 5. We can select classification data file in .csv or .json format. So we go to say text classification, look for a folder where we have text to be classified folder, and we select the text to be classified .csv file, which contains text but nothing else. No classification has been done yet. We click open. Just one note on the structure of the text file or .csv file, that must have only one column called text and the sentences that you would like to classify using your trained machine learning model, and there can be no comma within that file as well. So having said that, let's move to step 6, where we run the text classifier to classify text data. We click on this button and the classification is complete, and we are able to save the result in step 7. So in step 7, we are able to save the classification result as .csv file. So we click on that, and we want to save the classification result in this folder, and we would like to name that file as classification result.csv. We save that file. So let's take a look at the file and see what we just saved. So you go to UCI text, then look for the folder called text classification result. We are going to open that using numbers. So let's click on numbers app. So now we have the result of classification. This is called classification result file. On the left hand side, you have the text that just been classified by our trained machine learning model. On the right hand side, we have the different class positive negative classification of the sentences. So you can have this data and you can do further analysis or compare across different trained classifier model. So having done that, let's move to the next step. So we now are happy with the text classifier. Just one note over here that we also have a training data table in this app, where you are able to view the content of the training data table and look at the classification that you have done before, just to check to make sure that all the sentences are correctly labeled and classified. So having done that, we are happy with our text classification model. We would like to use that model to develop intelligent iOS, macOS, watchOS, or Apple TV apps In order to do that, we should be able to save the trained text classifier as a .ml model file, and this app allows you to do that as well. So it first asks for the name of the model file. We are going to call that sentiment analysis model, and you can put the name of the author and the type of license. You can put MIT and version of the license, and then we are able to save the trained model to develop intelligent apps in .ml model format. So click on this button in step 8, and then we have a folder where we are able to save the ML model for mobile app development. We can name the model as sentiment.ml model, and we can save it right here. So let's go and take a look at what we just saved. So we go to the folder and look for the save ML model mobile app dev folder, and we have this ML model, and you can see it is the standard file that can be used for developing iOS, intelligent iOS app, macOS app that can take advantage of the trained sentiment.ml model. So you can go from your data to train the text classifier, create the training and validation and evaluation metrics. If you're happy with these metrics, you can save them optionally in a .csv file for further analysis, or if you're happy with the trained model, you can do the classification of unclassified text data using the trained text classifier, and you can save the result in a .csv file for further analysis. You also have the option to save the trained text classifier as a .ml model file so that you can use it to develop intelligent iOS, macOS, watchOS, or Apple TV apps. And we can do all of this without writing a single line of code in R or Python or any programming language. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration here for the text classifier algorithm. Please let us know if you have any suggestions to improve this app. Thank you.